a bad girl's dream. Make a bad one good, make a wrong one right. Power of love will keep you
The best 60 minutes of your day. The Gary Ellerson Homer Hour. This is Valentine's Day. I want to wish everybody a happy Valentine's Day, whatever that means. I'm not sure what it means. But Valentine's Day, for me, means the day in which you honor the athletes that you're thankful that you were around to watch them play. It's not actually what most people think of Valentine's Day. I know what most people think of Valentine's Day. And I was at a grocery store today, and I walked in, and they had flowers for $100. $100! I just want to let you know, there's no way now or ever will I pay $100 for flowers. That's just too much. I'm spending $100. I couldn't believe it. And then they had what they said were cheaper ones for $50. Maybe. If I'm spending $100, I'm not buying flowers. I don't know what I'm buying, but not flowers. That's too much. But that aside, no, on Valentine's Day, I always think, and of course this is the Gary Ellerson Homer Hour, so he will decide. So I'll have to bring on Gary first, but this is the day in which, as a sports person from the time I was very young, that I think of the people that I feel lucky to have been alive to have watched play in sports, in addition to the ones, many that I wished I had been as good as, but you figure that out at a pretty young age. I would say, man, at 12, I was sure I was going to be a Major League Baseball player. And then I just lost it. I was the Tony Mandrich of baseball in South Bend, Indiana. In Babe Ruth, which is 13 to 15, they have a city draft. And when they had the tryout, I had the greatest hitting day of my life in the big field, which is what you changed to at 13. I was the second overall pick in the city of South Bend, and I was probably the equivalent. I was the early Tony Mandrich. I was the worst second pick ever in the history. Had to be. I didn't even play Babe Ruth baseball the last 3 years, but many kids from South Bend played college, Division I. I'm sure there were some professional players, and man, my coach, I never asked him. You had to be embarrassed. Picked me. He didn't even know who Tony Mandrich was. But yes, I was the Tony Mandrich of baseball, and so I had to move on to another sport. All right, it's more than you need to know, but it's kind of just the whole discussion. We'll see what Gary Ellerson wants to talk about. He may want to talk about the Packers and getting ready in the offseason and what he's thinking about. This, the Gary Ellerson Homer Hour. Good evening, Gary.
Hey, Homer, how are you doing, bud?
I'm doing fine. Ready to go. Can't wait till the Packers start their next season. I don't like this time of the year. I want them to play today. I want that team to go out there and see how they do against the great teams, see how they can do against Philadelphia, against Detroit. Let's go. But got to wait months.
There's something because when your team is not in the playoffs or when they don't make it to the next round of playoffs, or then when you watch the Super Bowl, of course I watch the Super Bowl, and when I watch the Super Bowl, I kind of think, okay, how far away are we really?
Yes.
And I don't know if you watch it like that.
Totally, yes, especially. Yes, because the Packers are a player. You can argue they might not be good enough, but they're a player, right?
Right. You think, how far away are we really? And then you try to then juggle the NFC. Like if you could now go back and rank the teams now that you saw the eventual champions, where are we at in the NFC? And right now, obviously, it's the Eagles because they won the Super Bowl. But then you say to yourself, who's the second best team in the NFC? Is it the Lions?
Yes.
Is it the Vikings?
No.
Is it the Packers?
No.
Is it the 49ers?
No.
You start going through those
Yeah, I agree.
scenarios in your brain. And you say to yourself, okay, let me look at the Lions. I feel like, Homer, after I watch that, I think the Lions are all the way there. Matter of fact, I think the Lions are coming back to the pack, so to speak. No pun intended. I don't think they can get any better than they already are. I think they have already maximized all of their potential.
Wow. Okay.
I think they're the matter of fact.
Why did you think that watching Philly, or how did you bring up Detroit watching the Eagles play? I'm a little.
They beat because they beat us twice, right? So you gotta look at those things. You gotta figure, okay, where are the Lions? Where are the Vikings? Where are the Commanders? And I started thinking to myself, the Lions lost, I don't know, like 4 or 5 coaches. You lost your offensive coordinator, you lost your defensive coordinator, and then you lost some assistants along the way too. And now you got to replenish those things. And now you got to find some sort of, you look at the team, you got to find some sort of cohesion with your new offensive coordinator, your new defensive coordinator, with the defense that you had and offense you had last year. Does it all work? We can look at the Philadelphia Eagles, and the last time I believe they lost their offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. They took a step back, and a lot of people were shocked. They still had the same players, but they didn't have their coordinators. I think the Lions are going to go through that same process as the Eagles went through when they lost.
Yeah, but you also have to say the Eagles went from last year to this year and improved totally because of the change of coordinators.
Yes, because they had now go back and regroup it, right?
So you can get better.
Find themselves.
You can get better.
Yeah, but they took a year off to get better.
Correct.
They took a step back to get forward. Right?
But there was no reason to believe they were going to get forward because they lost the coordinators. That's why they sucked last year. And then you'd think, well, they messed up getting new coordinators. Why would they get it better this time? Well, they did. I mean, that coach has had a new offensive coordinator, I think 4 years in a row. Or it's insane, amazing how he's done given all the coaches he's lost.
Right, and he took a step back to
1
get
year.
better.
Yes, he did 1 year.
And I think you'll see that with the Lions. They're
Really?
going to take a step.
Okay.
Oh yeah. And furthermore, talent-wise, I don't see the Lions talent-wise as talented as the Eagles.
I agree.
The Eagles proved that offensive line, defensive line. Let's go.
Yes. They're the
there's
team to beat in the NFC, and there's no question about it, right? Is that what you're
right? And you're right. And are we, Homer? Are we looking at a repeat of the Eagles in a Super Bowl again?
Yes. Not necessarily. I want to see, other than if the Packers were to get in the Super Bowl, which I wish, I want to see Philly and Kansas City play again. I want to see what happens again. If Philly adjusts.
Now though, adjusts. Homer, is Jalen Hurts or whoever now is going to be the offensive coordinator with the Eagles, can they take Kellen Moore's spot and continue where he left off?
Yes, I believe they can.
And I'm not so.
They didn't even do what he wanted. He wanted to pass, and then they told him after 3 or 4 games, "Shut up, we're going to run the ball." He had to adjust,
run the ball.
Which tells me the head coach is running the show.
No, which tells me the players are running the show.
Oh, well, I mean, the head coach lets the players run the show. Players can run the show only if the head coach lets them, right?
Correct. Well, I should say input of both, right? The players goes to Sirianni and say, "Hey, man, Saquon Barkley's a real deal. I don't know why we." Yes. Yeah, And when your offensive linemen come to you and say that, you got to do what the big fellas say. That's just the way it goes.
I guess
not all teams are ran that way, but when you got a big O-line group like they do, yeah, that's how it goes down.
But that was the adjustments they made from last year and early in the year are as impressive as anything about the Eagles.
Right.
It doesn't always work that way. You only need a knucklehead head coach. Go ahead.
Let me go down my list and let me see if you then agree or disagree. I don't know why then you would say to me, I think it's about the Commanders and the Packers for second place in the NFC.
I mean, you could, yeah. I mean, I'd still have Detroit with them. It's all part of there, but yeah, that's fine. Whatever second place gets you, but yeah, I'll go with that. I like the Packers. You might like them a little bit more, but we're not that far apart.
And I was once told a long time ago in this business, sometimes you got to toot your own horn because a lot of people go after you when you do something wrong. So you got to say it when you do right. I also picked the Eagles to beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, wait a minute. Come on. Wait a minute.
Excuse me?
You picked them to win by a point or two. You thought it was going to be a really close game. Well,
30,
no, that's not whatever, because while you picked them, and I give it credit for that.
Doesn't matter.
No, it wasn't that. It was closer than that, I thought. I thought you picked them by like 3 points. It doesn't matter.
30-27.
You had it right, but you have to admit that there's no way you saw the game the way it turned out as the way the game would be played. One, you never thought that Philly would crush Kansas City. You never thought Philly would win with Saquon Barkley doing nothing but being, and people don't agree with me on this, but being a decoy. 2.3 yards per carry.
Well, let me just say this.
Yeah, we're going to discuss this as a topic.
I'll say yes to all that. I'll say yes to all that.
Okay, then that's fine.
And Saquon being a decoy. You want to take a commercial break and come back with the Saquon decoy thing or no?
Sure. We got other stuff because the key to the Saquon decoy is that remember these numbers because we're going to have multiple games in which the Packers in this upcoming season, you might have Jacobs 2.3 yards per carry, and people are going to say, should have run him more. That's what they did in the Super Bowl. That game is going to carry. And when people say that, I'm going to say you're crazy, but they're going to say it every time, every game the Packers lose, and Jacobs doesn't carry 25 times, that's going to be the reason why for a significant number of fans. Hey, that's how the Eagles won the Super Bowl. You can't stop running, even though you're getting 2.3 yards per carry.
Exactly.
That's what I want to address with you because it's basically crap. But
let's do that.
All right. No, I want to get back to what was the other one you wanted to talk about? Oh, a decoy. Yeah, but that's
decoy.
not really.
Saquon.
That's not really.
We'll get back. We'll get to that
because that's not really as important because everything relates as it goes to the Packers. But what's important is what's going to be said. I'm saying 5 games this upcoming season. They should have run the ball more. Doesn't matter if you're only getting 2 yards per carry. Doesn't matter. You just got to keep running the ball. How many times are you going to hear that? You better have an answer from him, Gary, because it's going to be that's why they won the Super Bowl. I know, 2.3 yards per carry. Don't matter. You just got to keep running the ball. You can address all of that because you are Gary Ellison, and you're next.
More of the Homer Hour coming up next on 94.5 ESPN.
Expecting some heavy slowdowns on 41 southbound. We have a crash at Capitol Drive blocking the 2 left lanes. Elsewhere on the system, it's getting pretty backed up on 94 eastbound. Brake lights all the way from State Fair Park past the stadium. Westbound delays are starting just past 16th Street and into the stadium as well. We also have slowdowns getting into the Hale interchange from Beloit on 41 894 south. A winter weather advisory starts at 6 p.m. tonight. That goes until 6 a.m. Saturday for all of southeast Wisconsin. Tonight, mainly early snow. We'll see 2 to 4 inches, a low of 25 degrees. On Saturday, we could see an additional 3 to 5 inches of snow, a high of 33 degrees. Weather is brought to you by Fifth Third Bank, custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Jessica Gatso on 94.5 ESPN.
Whether it's live or in podcast form, you've heard us on air with all of our shenanigans.
Gabe, I'm throwing some. Why are you throwing? I don't want.
Now see your favorite 94.5 ESPN shows streaming on video.
By me, by the way. I hit that microphone like 4 out of 6 times on that.
Subscribe to ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube and get notified when we hit the air live. Plus, you can watch back any second that you miss and see original digital content too. Watch, listen, interact. ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
We're definitely going to be late to the concert. I feel like we should be there by now.
I'm just taking a little detour. I gotta fill up my gas tank, and I know this place a couple towns over where the gas is cheaper.
Are you serious? We're going to be late for the concert because you're driving out of the way for cheaper gas? Just use Upside.
What's Upside?
Upside is the free cashback app that gets you real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, I can get cash back just for buying the gas I need anyway?
Yes, I use it all the time, and I've made around $200. Now pull over so you can download the Upside app before we miss the concert.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code WOW25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank, PayPal, or as a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code WOW25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code WOW25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's code WOW25.
Get ready, Oak Creek. Tsunami Express is making a splash with a brand new location at 6900 South 27th Street. Join the grand opening celebration February 12th through the 23rd. Enjoy free washes and snag an unbeatable deal. Just $5 for your first month of unlimited washes. Plus, 100% of the grand opening proceeds go to Special Spaces Wisconsin, creating dream bedrooms for kids battling cancer. Make a difference while getting your car sparkling clean at Tsunami Express in Oak Creek. See you there. Offer valid for new members only. Terms and conditions apply.
Steinhaffel's President's Day sale is happening now. Find great deals on amazing bonus buys throughout the entire store. Then take an extra $100 off every $14.99. Plus, get a $100 MasterCard for every $14.99. See store for details. Or make your new room more affordable with Steinhaffel's 36-month 0% financing. Get in today because these deals won't last long. Shop in-store or online at steinhaffels.com.
The new year is here, and we all know it's the perfect time to hit the reset button. Let's be real, guys. Feeling confident in how you look and feel isn't just for women. That's where Quintessa Aesthetic Center comes in. From now through March 31st, Quintessa is offering exclusive packages to help you start 2025 as a more confident you. Whether it's weight loss plans or even IV therapy, Quintessa has personalized options backed by medical experts to help you look and feel your absolute best. Visit myquintessa.com to learn more. Make 2025 the year you feel confident inside and out.
This is the Homer Hour on 94.5 ESPN.
1, 2, you know what to do.
Yeah, keep running the ball only if you only get 2 yards a carry. 25 carries, that's what the Eagles did to win the Super Bowl. We'll address that as it relates to the Green Bay Packers, because that's what's important. This is the Gary Ellison Homer Hour. Gary, talk about your partners. No one does it better than you.
I'm talking about my good friends over at the Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center. Folks, they're hosting another scramble tournament with $1,000 in cash and prizes available. Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center invites you to play in a 2-man scramble at TPC Scottsdale, all from the comforts of indoors on their top tech, cutting-edge golf simulators. Grab a friend and sign up today at WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com. The tournament is $120 per pairing and runs through February the 28th. Your winter chance to play TPC Scottsdale awaits. WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com.
One of the great changes in life, along with pickleball, indoor golf in the winter, you get to play and you get to drink and you get to eat and you get to have a good time. Golf is now 12 months a year, and that's because of places like Gary just talked about. And it's good. And you can have fun. And I think it's probably put the end to bowling. Because that's what you used to do in the Winter Bowl. No, I can play golf. I can hit into them. I can drink and eat and have a good time, and I can play golf.
Yeah.
And I play 12 months a year. By the way, I also want to mention American Place Casino. Generally, I'm known for saying American Place Casino, just a half hour south of Franklin, or exactly 38 minutes. It's located in Lake County, Illinois. They got everything. But I have to do something other than just tell you that it's just a half hour south of Franklin. They have, on Saturday, tomorrow, they have the 2-year anniversary party. Whatever they call it, you don't care. $50,000 cash and free play giveaway. $50,000. So here's what you do. You just go to AmericanPlaceCasino.com and get all the specifics. All you need to know is tomorrow, $50,000 cash and free play giveaway. I never thought they'd do something more important than me letting you know it's just a half hour south of Franklin or 38 minutes, but they've done it. Tomorrow, $50,000 cash and free play giveaway. When does it start? Drawings every 15 minutes. You go to AmericanPlaceCasino.com. They have so many things going on. I don't have enough time to tell you all of them. It's tomorrow, $50,000. All right, Gary Ellison. I believe the Super Bowl will be talked about regarding the Green Bay Packers many times this season because their star running back, 25 carries, 57 yards, 2.3 yards per carry. I said he was just a decoy. Nobody saw that coming. And they just destroyed me on another show saying he can't be a decoy. And I guess maybe I need a different word. But I want to defer to you because I want you to bring it up because there has to be some belief and discussion because this is going to come up multiple times during the Packer year when the comment is, the Packers didn't run the ball enough. They only gave it to Josh Jacobs. Anything less than 25, you can always say, I don't care how little yardage they have. The Eagles ran him 25 times and 2.3 yards per carry. And how much did they win the Super Bowl by? So take it away, Gary. This is so important. I might not talk for the next 8 seconds.
Yeah, 8 seconds. I'd take 5. But
all right, go ahead.
You sound pretty fired up about this.
I am because I can't deny that it occurred, but I don't think you run the ball 25 times. I don't care if you got Jim Brown. If you're averaging 2.3 yards per carry, unless you're just getting the defense to overplay or whatever. That's why I want to hear from you.
Well, okay, here's how that works out. And of course, they have to go back when we played. And there were some really good defenses back when we played. And the best
that game was like when you played. I'm going. Yes,
right.
we need to go back because
you gonna let me talk or not?
I said 8 seconds. It was 5. Okay, I'll
5.
Shut up.
So there's some pretty
mark it down,
teams.
Pebble. 5 minutes. I'm not talking. It's 5:24. Gary Ellison at 5 minutes. Pebble, you can add something if you want to. I'm out for 5.
Yeah, you got 5 minutes.
This is big. This is historic. Okay? This is important. I shut up. Bye.
Pebble, is he okay?
He's okay now. He's calmed down. He's be quiet. Yeah, he's good to go. So you're ready.
All right. So back when I played, there was a lot of really good defenses. And of course, it was always about the Chicago Bears. Buddy Ryan had the best defense. They had that 46 defense. They had the best defense in the league. And when we played the Bears, it was the running backs, we call that the hot tub game. And we understood that going into that game, our rush yards per average weren't going to be very high. But we needed to just run the football anyway to show it. And there's a couple of equations here, Homer, and that would be how many plays you get. So let's say average plays is about 60 plays per game per team, somewhere around in there. And I don't know, did you say Saquon got it how many times? Was it how many touches?
He had 25 carries. He caught the ball. 25 carries, 57 yards, 2.3 yards per carry.
How many catches did he get?
He had that one long one. I'll get that in a second.
So he had 26, 27 touches. We'll say. And let's say you ran the ball. Let's say you had 60 plays. If he had 27 touches out of 60 plays, you're not really a decoy. What you are is, I need to run the ball, or this guy need to touch the ball at least 25 times and we know he's only going to average 2 point whatever yards per game, and we know after the game he's getting in the hot tub. But these carries he get are going to set up other plays that we're going to throw. So what we need to have is A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, I forget who the other receiver, and Goddard, means that they're going to get one-on-one coverage on the outside, and Jalen Hurts, you got to be good enough to hit these guys one-on-one.
Dotson was the other guy.
That's what you saw, Homer. That's what ends up happening. You got a number of carries to keep them honest and to keep that safety down in the box for them to run so they can get the outside coverage on the outside with Jalen Hurts. That was the difference in the game. So he wasn't a decoy. I mean, when you're running the ball 25 times or you get 26 touches, I don't know how many plays it was, let's say 60 plays, you're not a decoy. Now, if you're running a home team, let's say if you're running it 10 times, 5 times, 7, anything below 10, or let's just say anything below 15, then you're probably a decoy. But if you're getting anything above 15, you're not a decoy. You're part of the game plan in order to get the matchups that you want outside. Does that make sense to you?
It does, and I'm answering your questions. I'm not interrupting.
Yes.
But the question,
I asked you the question.
I don't think that guarantees. I think you check games, and when you run like crap, I don't think that opens the passing game up. It did in this context. Actually, he caught 6 passes, so he had 31 touches, averaging 3.1 yards.
Well, how many plays were there in the offensive plays for the Eagles? Do you know?
60-something.
6. Okay, fine. Then that's not a decoy.
All right.
You're in the game plan. You're in the game plan. Now, get back with me when you're less than 15 or around 15.
Well, then, but here's my point. Then every time the Packers play and Josh Jacobs doesn't touch it 30 times in 60, you're going to say that's why they lost, even if his numbers are really horrible?
No.
Well, then what's the difference?
The difference is the number of plays you get versus the number of touches you get.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying, so you have a Packer game in which they have 60, and he has 30, and he only averages 3.1 yards. You're fine. Mm-hmm. You're going to be fine with that. Because I'm telling you what's going to happen. They're not going to score points. They're not going to score points.
And then, okay, fine. That team beat us. Or what you're going to come to, then Homer, because here's what you're going to get. Then that means that there's a one high safety, and that means that Jaden Reed is not getting open. That means that Dontavian Wicks is not getting open. That means that Kraft is not getting open. That means that Jordan Love is.
So the key then isn't the running back. The key is the wide receiver.
That means that Jordan. Well, because it's all about taking advantage of the opportunities that teams give you, right? You're trying to take advantage of chess match, right?
No, I'm saying it depends.
So that means that Jordan Love is not accurate. I mean, it could mean all of those things could be wrapped up into one.
Right. So then the key is you got a great quarterback and great wide receivers far better than Kansas City thought. Barkley had nothing to do with it.
No, that's not true because you're running the plays.
Okay, fine. But when the Packers do the same and it doesn't get them any points, what are you going to say then? Right. You're going to say quarterback wasn't good enough and wide receivers weren't good enough, which tells me that's more important than the running back. Otherwise, you wouldn't bring it up.
That's not it.
All right.
The running back did his job. Then the other guys got to play too, Homer.
Well, but then it's a bad strategy.
It's not a bad strategy by who?
Bad strategy for teams. It's a bad strategy to think that when you have your running back touch it 31 times for 3.1 yards a carry, that's going to win. You're going to win with that strategy.
Well, no, that's not true. That means that you got to do your job. That means if you get one-on-one coverage, you got to do your job. Reggie White is going to get triple teams. That means that Sean Jones is on the outside. That means that Gilbert Brown, that means that Santana Dawson, they all freed up. That means that Roy Butler's now sneaking down in the middle. That means that there's other opportunities for other guys to eat and get fat. Other guys got to play too.
Right, but if the strategy doesn't work, what's your answer going to be? So the Packers playing a game, and Josh Jacobs touches 30 times.
So, Homer,
yes.
If the strategy doesn't work, then that means that what I just told you is that then you need to get better players. That means that Dontavian Wicks is not doing his job. That means that Jaden Reed is not doing his job.
Yeah, but
that means that Tucker Kraft is not doing his job.
And I'm telling you
this:
teams
Jordan
are
Love
not fine. And I'm telling you this: teams are not winning games when their running back touches it 31 times and gets only 97 yards. Teams are not winning games.
Well, that's not true.
All right, we'll have to look up the numbers.
I would say below average teams are not winning those games because they don't have the better players to win their matchups. You got to win your one-on-one matchup. Whether it's on offense or defense, somebody's got to win their one-on-one matchups. And then at that point, it's up to the quarterback to make that throw. Now, if he doesn't make the throw, it's on him. If the receiver drops the ball, it's on him.
So you want 30 touches for Josh Jacobs every game.
I don't know if then now that comes up to a game plan. Every game plan is different, Homer. I mean, every team is different.
Know.
So it can't be a blanket statement is that I want Josh Jacobs to have 30 carries.
Well, but
I don't know who we're playing.
Well, but it works because that opens everything else according to you. So don't you always got to do a game plan that opens everything else up?
It works in this particular game because I think every game
because the quarterback and the wide
same.
receivers were so good.
Exactly. They beat their one-on-one matchups.
Right.
Yeah. You got to be able to win them.
And that's the key.
Right, because I'm running my running back enough to keep that safety in the box. So that means you're going to have one-on-one coverage. You got to make those plays out there.
And you have to have people good enough to make those plays.
Exactly. You got to have people good enough. If they don't make them, they drop the balls, and Love is not accurate, and then that becomes on
I
them.
can't wait. I can't wait to do the Packer post game. Every game. Because what's the first thing we're going to look at? What's the first thing we're going to check?
How many carries Josh Jacobs got?
How many touches, carries, and receptions?
Look, can I just, and I know we don't talk to Pebble a lot, but Pebble, do you understand what I'm saying here from a football standpoint?
Oh, 100%.
I understand it totally.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
Homer understands it too. He might not agree with you, but he understands it.
Okay. Got you. Okay.
And we're going to discuss it after every game. And what we're going to learn is you're going to tell us in those games in which he touches that they don't win if he has any games where he has 2 points.
It'll be obvious. It'll be obvious.
Well, no, if he's getting 5 yards a touch, then it's a whole different story. I'm picking the games where he gets 2.3 yards.
If he gets 2.3 yards and 30 touches and they get 60 plays, it'll be obvious why they lost the game.
Right. Because he carried the ball too much. They should have been throwing it more often. Oh,
no,
okay.
It'll be obvious.
All right.
Trust me.
I know. And you'll never say you shouldn't keep running the damn ball when you're only getting 2 yards. Or will you? Huh?
No, it'll
you
be
won't.
obvious. I would say what it's going to come down to.
So you got to keep running the ball.
Either Love missed some throws they should have had, or receivers dropped the ball that they should have caught.
Right.
That's what's going to come down to.
Right. It means that you believe that whatever he gets, he should still get 30 touches.
Sure.
Okay. All right. That's fine. I can live with that. Third quarter.
You got to be able to run the ball.
Again.
All right, let's go with third quarter.
Yep, third quarter. You got to be able to pass the ball. That's the most important thing. And yes,
that's true.
Did the running?
Yeah.
Can the running game help the pass?
In this game, that's what you saw.
That was. However, this is not how Philly played the whole year. They didn't need to run the ball to pass.
Kansas City said 26. You're not going to beat us. 1. What you got? Is that his number?
Hold on. And you don't think
what's Jalen Hurts' number?
It doesn't matter.
Number 1.
And you don't think any other team all year thought we're going to stop Barkley and make you beat us another way. You don't think another team all year came up with that idea?
No one could do it.
No.
Like like Kansas City. No one could do it.
All right. Gary Ellison, third quarter. Next.
The Homer Hour is back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
We've got some crashes to look out for. The major one is on 41 southbound at Capitol Drive. Looks like all lanes are blocked due to that crash. Again, that's all lanes on 41 South at Capitol Drive are blocked. Another crash is on 41 894 South at Beloit Road. That crash is blocking the left lane. Elsewhere on the interstate, we're seeing backups on 94 eastbound. It's brake lights all the way from State Fair Park past the stadium, westbound between 16th Street and into the stadium. A winter weather advisory starts at 6 p.m. tonight. That goes until 6 a.m. Saturday for all of southeast Wisconsin. Tonight, snow early. We're looking at 2 to 4 inches, a low of 25 degrees. Saturday, we're looking at an additional 3 to 5 inches of snow, a high of 33 degrees. Weather is brought to you by National Liquor Mart at 16th and National in Milwaukee. Packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Jessica Gatso on 94.5 ESPN.
Are things getting a little stale? Need to bring back some excitement? Rekindle the romance and love your ride this month at Cunis. Your Milwaukee Metro Region Cunis dealerships are showing the love with new vehicle specials you'll adore at nearby locations in Oak Creek and Greenfield. From the affordable Buick Envista SUV to the rugged GMC Sierra pickup, they have vehicles for every budget. Thinking pre-owned? Visit your local dealership website for a sweetheart deal on one of our 10 pre-owned super specials and swipe right for service specials on brakes, tires, and oil changes.
I'm Brian Bohm, General Manager of Cunis of Oak Creek.
And I'm Bill Eater, General Manager of Cunis of Greenfield.
We would like to invite you to take advantage of these great monthly specials.
And remember that your vehicle will be covered by our exclusive No Fear lifetime powertrain warranty included with new and qualified pre-owned purchases.
Call or stop in today for your VIP appointment.
Love your ride this month at Cunis. Start your search online at CunisBuickGMC.com.
Hey guys, Josh DiMaggio here. Don't be like me and wait till the last minute. Valentine's Day is almost here. Impress that special someone with a handcrafted bouquet from Flowers for Dreams. Order a bouquet online at flowersfordreams.com or visit their Walker's Point location. Use code ESPN at checkout for 15% off your bouquet, or this year, try something new with tickets to their date night open studio workshop on Friday, February 14th. Every Valentine's bouquet benefits an amazing local Milwaukee charity. That's flowersfordreams.com, code ESPN.
The wait is over. Brewers baseball is back. Time to pick your Brewers games and get back to the ballpark for tailgate traditions and walk-off wins. Be here for opening day. Come back for the big games and the best giveaways. Where else would you want to be? Brewers tickets for the 2025 season are on sale now. That's opening day and every game, all summer long. Get on board for the show today. Grab your seats at brewers.com/ticket finder.
Your taste buds are in luck. The Reuben is back at Cousin Subs. Try this classic sub grilled to order just for you. Stacked with corned beef, Wisconsin Swiss cheese, and sauerkraut topped with Thousand Island dressing and served on rye bread. And our delicious mint shake is back. Both the Reuben and mint shake can be ordered via the Cousins app or online for a limited time only. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman, here to tell you about my friends at Bank 5-9. Everywhere I go throughout the area, I see Bank 5-9, and it's no wonder why. Not only do they have 14 branch locations, but their employees spend nearly 9,000 hours each year volunteering in the communities that they serve. That's on top of the financial support that they provide to several hundred nonprofits right here in southeastern Wisconsin. If you're looking for a true local community bank, check them out today at bank59.com. Member FDIC.
You're listening to the Homer Hour on 94.5 ESPN.
Josh Jacobs should be number 30. 30 touches a game. He doesn't get it. That's the reason the Packers lost. The Gary Ellison Homer Hour. That's not Gary Ellison. That's me. But right now, Gary Ellison on another partner. No one does it better.
Come to you, talking about good friends over at the Jury Center. If you're getting ready to make plans to propose to that special someone in your life, the Jury Center is the only place to go for that special someone's ring. They're the best place to shop for diamond engagement rings in Milwaukee. My good friends at the Jewelry Center also have a Pinterest board. You can go, your significant other, look at a Pinterest board, figure out what they want, what they like, then take it to the Jewelry Center. Their specialists will take care of them. They have naturally mined diamonds, lab-grown diamonds, whatever you're in the marketplace for when it comes to an engagement ring. The Jewelry Center has it. They have it all, guys. Check out their inventory at any of their 3 locations, Greenfield, Brookfield, or Burlington, online at shoptjc.com.
I don't do it as well as Tony, or excuse me, as Gary. Sorry, I went Barquette there for a second because I'm looking.
That's okay. I mean, yeah. Okay,
nah, it was all messed up because my button here, I can't tell if it's on or off.
Okay, I think it's on.
Oh, no, you can't. There's a color for on, but you can't see it.
Okay, fine.
Pebble, are they going to take care of this?
I'll talk to engineering about that, yeah.
So I guess as long as I just keep hitting on, I don't have to worry about it. Tune in to Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus Audio Network, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits.
You're a treasure.
Behind the Bucks dives deep into Bucks and Six, a culture unknowingly created by former Buck star Brandon Jennings. Yeah, he said Bucks and Six when they were playing Miami, and they got killed in 4.
Yeah,
but Bucks and Six made a comeback when the Bucks won the title in 6. So how it became the rallying cry and what it truly means to Jennings and Bucks fans alike. Find Behind the Bucks on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and wherever you get your podcasts. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher. We'll continue to talk about the Packers season this year, but we have breaking news. The Packers have announced that Pebble, is it Luke Getsy?
Luke Getsy, correct.
All right, now Luke Getsy has a new job. Okay. And he's the senior offensive assistant for the Packers. You know what that means?
Okay.
You know what that means, Gary? They have so many coaches, they have to make up names. Senior offensive assistant. Now look at offense. They have an offensive coordinator, an offensive line coach, a tight ends coach, an assistant offensive line coach, an offensive quality control coach, an assistant quarterback coach, a wide receivers coach. This is what I like. An offensive assistant. What is that? We don't have any other name. A running back coach, a passing game coordinator. And now they have a coaching assistant minority fellowship. I don't know why that's on the offensive end. But look at that. Now your head coach is an offensive guy too, right? So in addition to LaFleur, you have 11 offensive coaches. 11. That's more than one for each starter. Now, I didn't go back and check when you were playing, but offensive coordinator, offensive line coach, tight ends coach, assistant offensive line coach, offensive quality control coach, assistant quarterback coach. So I guess they don't have they're going to add another one because they're going to add the head. They're going to have a quarterback's coach, wide receivers coach, offensive assistant. I love that. Running back coach and passing game coordinator, and now our senior offensive assistant. All right, Gary Ellison, is this officially out of control?
Well, there's 2 things going on here.
Yes.
One is they're giving guys titles, so if anyone wants to come to get them, they have to overpay them.
Oh,
I think that's the new rule now. I think that rule got
something like that.
Like within the last 4 years.
Yeah, but when you got 11,
are you gonna let me finish?
Hold on.
Let me finish.
I will.
I said 2 things, so that's one.
Yes,
that's one. And then the second thing would be is then when you were to lose one of these guys, you can easily move another guy in and replace him who's familiar with your system. And the Packers have the money to do it, so why not spend it?
Right, but then they hire another one. You are at 11 assistant offensive coaches.
Yeah.
And I think they don't think they list the quarterback coach yet. He may have been announced, but it wasn't on there. By the way, the defense has 6. Why does the offense have 12 and the defense have 6, sir?
Well, because it's an offensive game, and the offensive coaches get snapped up more often than the defensive guys. I just told you what's happening here. That's why they're stacking all these coaches. Is that because I think if you look at next year, maybe Halfley, because they need to replace him, maybe he'd be up for a head coaching job somewhere next year. I know he's had interviews. And I think if you look on the offensive side of the ball, I think Getsy may be up for something next year. I mean, they've got a couple guys over there that most certainly can go somewhere else and get other jobs, and that's what they're trying to guard against. I know you got a problem. I don't have a problem with it. The more coaches, the merrier. I think you got a
come
problem with
on.
that.
It's a joke. How many coaches did you? How many offensive coaches did you have?
Well, because they know what they know right now.
What the hell did they do?
We didn't have any.
I know. You tell me what the hell they do.
We had one running backs coach.
Yes.
And that was it.
You had a running backs coach. Did you have a tight ends coach?
No, we had. I think our tight ends and receivers coach were one and the same.
All right.
I believe that was Lou Carpenter. I think he had coached both positions.
And so you had
now they have a tight ends coach.
And they have an assistant line. So you had an offensive coordinator, a running backs coach, and a tight end and wide receivers coach.
Yeah, I think my first year there was George Stepstick, and then they moved George over to Bob Snelker. Yeah. Snelker. Bob Snelker then left after my second year. Then George Stepstick became the offensive coordinator, and then they brought in another guy. I forget the running backs coach. He wasn't very good, but they brought him in. And then after that, then they brought in Coach Willie Pete. God rest his soul. That was what was it? Rodney Pete. It was Rodney Pete's dad.
Yes.
And they brought him in. But I think. Yeah, there was only one coach for each position back then.
All right, so coordinator, running backs, and tight end and wide receiver. And at various times you were in Green Bay, you thought, the problem here is we don't have enough offensive coaches. We need 11 assistant coaches. If we had 11 assistant coaches, we would be a damn well better team. Did anybody ever say that?
You know what I think you should do? I think you should ask Shocker Smart. Because I think you have a lot of confidence in them.
I do, and I think they're crazy. You know how many he has on his staff?
Exactly.
That's just as crazy.
That's where I'm going.
He's got 10 on his staff.
Yeah,
10.
That's where I'm going.
Yes.
Yeah, you should ask Shocker Smart because they got 10 jokers
I know.
over there.
I'll tell him the same thing I'm telling you. It's crazy.
No. You should ask him what are the benefits of having 10 than the benefits of having 5.
Benefits, okay. All right.
What are the benefits of having 10 than 5 or 3? Yeah. You should ask him that. You see him every game.
I will ask him the benefits of 10. Or can I ask him if he thinks 10 is too many or just the benefits
of 10?
that
too. Either way.
Okay.
I think they're different questions.
Well, can I lead with, I think it's crazy.
You sure?
Do you realize Bill Russell
yes,
named the player coach of the Boston Celtics.
Did it all.
How many assistants did he have?
He did it all.
He had 0 assistants.
Yeah.
Can't believe they didn't lose every game. How can you? Got no assistants? 0. They should have lost every game. I believe they won a title.
They might have. Yeah, I'm sure they did.
So you don't think this should be the Discount Liquor Twitter poll question. Homer says the Packers with 11, I believe it's 11 offensive assistant coaches. That's crazy. Or how should I put that?
Is it too many?
Is it too many? Nicely done. That's a better way to put it. Is it too many? Now,
too many?
We're going to take a break, and then Gary Ellison's going to put in his vote. 11 offensive assistant coaches for Matt LaFleur. Is it too many? Gary Ellison's vote. Next.
More of the Homer Hour coming up on ESPN Wisconsin. Join Homer on the trip of a lifetime to see the many shades of Ireland in August. Text Homer to 800-990-3776 for info. While we wouldn't say driving is a strong suit,
don't give me the bus to drive on a Monday.
We're still putting these Packers trades in the fast lane.
Did you yell America when you hit the accelerator?
So Myles Garrett says he wants out. Show of hands, who thinks Myles Garrett would upgrade the Packers pass rush? Chewy, are you raising your hand?
There's a sign of the cross.
It's time to pray, Gabe.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, weekday mornings from 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN and on the ESPN Milwaukee YouTube channel.
Hi, I'm David Gruber. When you've been seriously injured, you need the best team of professionals on your side. Call Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices to get the results you deserve. One call, that's all.
Get ready for the grooviest celebration of the year. Join us at American Place Casino for our Woodstock and Wildflowers 2-year anniversary bash on Saturday, February 15th. We're giving away $50,000 in cash and free play with winners drawn every 15 minutes from 10 a.m. to 1 a.m. Participate in our costume drawing for a chance to win $500 in free play. Come celebrate our 2-year anniversary. Don't miss out on all the fun promotions and live entertainment. Peace, love, and big jackpots await. Visit AmericanPlace.com for more details.
Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-426-2537.
When that nonstop pain starts swelling up in your knees, your hips, your shoulders, or your back, that's when you know it's time to go to QC Kinetics. Hey, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Brad Nortman. My experience with QC Kinetics has been unbelievable. When I went there myself, I was amazed at the state-of-the-art treatments and how they met me exactly where I was in diagnosing me and putting on a personal path toward recovery. When I hear all the testimonials of people going to QC Kinetics that finally get rid of their pain, it's unbelievable to hear that they are experiencing a new life after their treatments with QC Kinetics. Their ability to use cutting-edge regenerative treatments, including PRP, plasma, platelets, things that you only hear about theoretically, but when you can see with your own two eyes, you see why they are the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. If you're finally ready to get rid of that joint pain and start living the life that you want to in 2025, call QC Kinetics for your free consultation. 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474.
Flat Out Friday, presented by Harley-Davidson Motorcycle Company, returns to Pfizer Forum on Friday, February 21st. Part race, part rock show, and part circus. Flat Out Friday adds up to 110% entertainment. Get your tickets today at PfizerForum.com to experience more than 300 riders compete on an indoor flat track. Flat Out Friday at Pfizer Forum on February 21st at 7 p.m. Don't miss this exciting night of racing. Get your tickets now at PfizerForum.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
We know that the people of Wisconsin are hard workers, that they're tough. But even the toughest among us need help after a serious accident. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
Welcome back to the Homer Hour on 94.5 ESPN.
Breaking news, the Packers have hired another offensive assistant coach. They're now at 63 offensive assistant coaches. Gary Ellerson, though, has another partner to talk about. He does it so well.
Home team here, my good friends over at Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center. They're hosting another scramble tournament with $1,000 in cash and prizes available. Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center invites you to play a 2-man scramble at TPC Scottsdale, all from the comforts of indoors on their top-tech, cutting-edge golf simulators. Grab a friend and sign up today at WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com. The tournament is $120 per pairing and runs through February 28th. Your winter chance to play TPC Scottsdale awaits. WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com. Home team, what you got?
Yes, I got discount league Twitter poll question. With the Packers hiring back Luke Getsy, Green Bay has 11 offensive coaches for next season. Is that too many? 63% say no. Should Josh Jacobs get 30 touches a game at a minimum like Saquon Barkley did in the Eagles for the Super Bowl? 58% say no, 42% say yes. We have no explanations for the votes, and I don't really need any. I'm just curious what people think, and now we know what they think. Just out of curiosity, Gary, what number would be too many assistant coaches for the offense for the Packers. Would 50 be too many?
Why are you being like that?
Because there's a number that's too many. We haven't gotten there yet. You say 11's fine. I'm saying it's off idiotic too many.
Why you? I don't.
You don't understand why we even discuss it? I don't know. I don't know. That's fine because I think it's crazy.
Why you hung up on that?
Because it's nuts.
Why is it nuts?
Because you don't need that many assistant coaches. You played in the league. I go by you. You played in the league. The league seemed to be doing fine, and you had how many? 3?
No, I think it offers opportunities for younger guys, and if they expand the rosters, which I think they are going to when they go to 18 games, but it gives an opportunity for younger guys then to seek out some of these other coaches on the offensive side to get individual attention.
Okay.
And that's how you develop players.
Right. You're right. We should move on. How are you feeling? Because the most things, the Packers, huh? How are you? No, it's just.
Yeah, you need to ask for sure now.
I will.
When we do it next week, you ask Shaka Smart. You ask him that question.
I am.
I want an answer.
And I'm going to put it on my phone so that we have the answer.
I want it.
And he's going to say it's a good idea. You know that, don't you? Don't you?
I don't know what he's going to say.
Yeah, you do. You know. Admit it, Gary. You know he's. What coach is going to say? No, it's too many assistants. I know, but you know what. You know he's going to support your opinion, right? You know it, right? Just admit it.
I want to hear it.
Yeah, all right. You won't say it. All right. One comment. We have 30 seconds left. I want Gary Ellison on what you're thinking in 30 seconds about the Green Bay Packers for next season and what you want people to remember from this show.
Well, no, I think offseason is key for them. They got to take it to another level. If they can go out and get a free agent, a big-name free agent, which they probably won't get, but I would love Myles Garrett. I would love the Max Crosby kid out in Vegas. I think either one of those guys will help me out. And a number one receiver. I know Dontavian Wicks, them guys don't like that, but give me a number one receiver.
Gary Ellison will talk again next Friday. Next National Takeover.
Down to one crash this evening, but it's still blocking the 2 left lanes on 41 southbound at Capitol Drive. Still very slow going there all the way back to Appleton Avenue.